What's up guys, how's it going? My name is Joe. We are back with another episode of British Guy Reacts, and today we are reacting to how good was Bo Jackson actually. And the reason we're doing that is because previously we did how good was Deion Sanders actually, both by Non-Stop YouTube channel. You guys were at me in the comments because I said Deion Sanders may be the greatest athlete of all time. You guys were like, are you mad? Have you heard about Bo Jackson? And I've not heard about Bo Jackson, so that's what we're doing today. If you are new around here, subscribe, give the video a like, all the good stuff. Let's dive straight in and find out how good he was. Is he the best athlete ever? Let's go.
Ask any kid from the 80s who is the greatest athlete in the world, and they'll say Bo Jackson.
Bo
Jackson.
Jackson.
A cultural megastar, the only person to be selected as both an MLB and NFL All-Star.
Okay.
Mythical stories of his athletic ability created a larger-than-life persona of Bo Jackson. But just how good was he actually?
I don't know. Non-Stop Sports, that's what they're called.
Vincent
Great channel.
Edward Bo Jackson was born in 1962 to a family of 10 siblings. Raised in Alabama, Vincent gained a notorious rep at a young age, regularly fighting other kids. He was so outlandish and crazy, people began to call him the Wild Boar. Over his teens,
That's a good name.
And the nickname Bo
Bo.
was born. Athletics were the only thing that could save Bo from his troubled youth, keeping him enthralled by competition.
Oh, my man's
instead
jacked.
of trouble. That fire to be the best fueled his legendary work ethic. It wouldn't take long before his natural abilities shined on a baseball field as he began to play summer leagues against grown men just for a challenge. He attended McAdary High School in McCalla, Alabama. From the outset, Bo was a great white shark in a small pond of Alabama. He became a three-sport star in his rural town. In track, he won 2 state titles. In the
Story sounding familiar already to Deion, but you guys saying he's better, so
decathlon
we'll
event,
continue.
dominating the competition so badly that he chose to sit out the last event both years because of his large point lead. As a senior, he won the Alabama State Championship in 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter hurdles, high jump,
That's
and long
ridiculous.
jump.
What?
On the baseball diamond, he tied the national record for home runs with 20. On the gridiron, Jackson ran for 1,000 yards on only 100 carries, heavily recruited by every big college in America, and even drafted by the MLB. Bo
Sorry, that's a ridiculous average, isn't it? 1,000 yards off 100 carries. So basically, every time he runs the ball, he gets a first down, like regardless. That's
decided
mad.
to stay in state and attend Auburn University. As a freshman, Bo was immediately the Tigers' starting running back and the focal point of their offense. His game-winning leaping touchdown beat their hated rival, the Alabama Crimson Tide, for the first time in a decade. As a sophomore, he was named an All-American behind his 1,200 rushing yards. Many pundits claimed that he would have won the Heisman if he was a senior, because at the time, it was an unwritten rule to give the award to senior players. Following an injury-riddled junior season, Bo Jackson cemented himself as an Auburn sports legend, rushing for 1,700 yards and winning the Heisman Trophy. He also commanded respect on the baseball field. Scouts were calling Bo the best pure athlete in America. The numerous stories about Bo Jackson start as he was preparing for the NFL draft. Without warming up, Bo Jackson ran the most famous 40-yard dash in history. Scouts clocked him in at an incredible 4.12.
See, this is where it's a big difference. Like growing up in England, we don't really have like we have like prodigies in football. Like you'd have Wayne Rooney. I guess you've got like Phil Foden. Marcus Rashford's kind of an exception where they're not really top level athletes. It's not like they're dominating in other sports. I don't think we've ever had a guy like that. Not who become like famous at such a young age. Like Rooney was a great footballer, but he weren't an athlete. Same with Foden. He's a small little guy. He's obviously quick. He's strong, but he ain't like an athlete. You couldn't just pick him up and put him in another sport and be like, there you go, have a go at this and he's going to excel. Don't work like that where I'm from. So this is always mad to me that a guy can just be just like crazy at multiple different sports to such a high level. It's mad.
A whole 1/10 of a second faster than anybody else in recorded history. This skyrocketed Jackson to the first overall pick in 1986 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In one of the most controversial sports moments of the 80s, the Bucs didn't get an NCAA approval to meet with Bo, causing him to lose eligibility for his senior baseball season. Bo thought this was a ploy by the Bucs to force him to play football over baseball, so he refused refused to play for Tampa. Instead, he began his professional baseball career with the Kansas City Royals. The following year, the Oakland Raiders drafted his rights in the 7th round, as Al Davis believed in Bo playing professional football and baseball at the same time. Bo Jackson became the richest non-quarterback in football and was coming into his own as a baseball player as well. Now in the spotlight, Bo's incredible
He didn't catch that. Was that him hitting a home run, or was it that him trying to catch the ball?
athletic displays made it to every television in the United States. If it weren't for visual proof, Bo would be considered an urban legend. On his first major league home run, he broke his bat. Other home runs flew over 500 feet. He would throw the ball from center field, gunning down runners at home plate. Meanwhile, on the gridiron, he was easily flying by defenders for touchdowns. Brian Bosworth was one of the baddest men in the world, a 6'2", 255-pound behemoth at linebacker. He was known simply as the Boss. He and Bo Jackson would meet on Monday Night Football in
He got a dodgy haircut though. Check that haircut, man. What's your barber done to you, man? The balls.
1987, Bosworth guaranteed that they would shut Bo Jackson down. Bo isn't a man of many words, but he is a man of action. Bo
I like
blew
that.
past the Boss for a 91-yard touchdown in the first quarter, where he ran straight into the tunnel of the kingdom for an iconic moment in football history. Later in the game,
That
Bo
haircut's
and Boss
iconic.
met mano-a-mano at the goal line, where Jackson proceeded to truck him for a touchdown.
Oh, the
Bo would
disrespect.
end Monday Night Football with the single-game rushing record with 221 yards. Bo Jackson oozed charisma, and the attention of the sports world after his Nike campaign rocked the mainstream. Bo knows commercials were everywhere, showing off new gear meant for cross-training. With Bo being the only two-sport athlete, he was perfect for the role. The commercials chronicled Bo playing multiple sports, where he would dominate, because, well, Bo knows. In the 1989 All-Star Game, Jackson blasted an over 400-foot home run and took home the All-Star MVP. That same year, he had the best season in his NFL career, falling just short of 1,000 yards and earning Pro Bowl honors. 1989 put Bo Jackson into a class of his own. He is still the only player to be an All-Star in both the MLB and the NFL. That season, Bo hit a home run on 4 straight at-bats, tying the record. But sadly, tragedy struck in 1991. In a playoff game
Injury.
against the Cincinnati Bengals, Bo was awkwardly hit by a defender and dislocated his hip. To stay in the game, Bo popped the hip back in place, causing further long-term damage to the blood vessels. Bo's left hip soon was unable to receive blood supply, and the bone tissue died in the process. This left fans and Bo in devastation. He abruptly retired from the NFL, right as he was hitting his prime. Bo ended his football career with just over 3,000 scrimmage yards and 18 touchdowns in 4 seasons. Enraged by the time he would miss rehabbing a football injury, the Kansas City Royals released Bo. He was picked up by the Chicago White Sox, where he would play 2 more seasons in the MLB. He continuously battled his left hip injury that kept him out for over a half of each season. In true Bo knows fashion, Jackson promised his mom that he would hit a home run for her once he returned from his hip replacement injury. Unfortunately, she passed before that moment came, but Bo did what
Well, I put that in the story. You're giving me a bit of a heartwarming moment, and then you just went bang.
said he would, smashing a ball into right field for
It's
a home
nice
run
still,
in
though.
his first at-bat back. He retired from competition in 1994. Bo is widely considered one of the greatest athletes of all time, and his prime was robbed from both him and the sports world by a hip injury. If not for this career-ending blow, Bo's accomplishments could have been endless. And while Bo knows, we may never truly know how good Bo Jackson could have been. So, what do you guys think? Is
I am interested to know what you guys think. You're the one who's put me onto this. I get it said he's the only guy who's ever been like an MLB and an NFL All-Star. I don't think I heard him say it in this, but I do quite often miss stuff because I'm like talking and you know, you're thinking of stuff to say while you're watching these videos as well. But he didn't win like a ring, did he? He didn't win the, I can't think of the name, Super Bowl. Why did the Super Bowl just blow my mind there? Couldn't think of the Super Bowl or the World Series. So did he not win either of them? Because Deion Sanders won the Super Bowl, right, numerous times, but I don't think he won a World Series. So that could be a bit of a you know, a talking point there. But you guys were pretty like definitive in the comments that this guy was the guy. I just wish we lived in a world where injuries didn't ruin careers, man. It's such a bad thing, like bloody injuries. It's always the best sportsmen who suffer with injuries as well. But yeah, we will check out like a highlights clip of both players as well in the future. I've already found them, so we'll get them done soon enough, and we'll see some of like actually how good they are in real life instead of just these little mini documentaries on them. So if you want to stick around for that, do subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, comment down below, and I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.